Ahoy, mateys. This be your captain speaking. Captain's log. Stardate 5-6-20-21. Alright, mateys. This be your captain. Been praying and meditating on this whole spiritual awakening and continuing in on your journey. All right. Now, there's a few things you need to understand, okay? Everybody's journey is different. There are many paths, but there is only one source for those paths. I don't care what your understanding is of the God of your understanding. There's still only one source. There's only one creator or divine essence in the universe. And I'm going to tell you some things that as you go along in your journey, you're going to understand that your path is one that has been chosen and designed for you specifically. And whether this brings hope or fright, I guess that's yours to choose. You will never be able to escape your path. So you have a choice to either be in harmony with the divine plan for your life, or you're going to struggle. Always struggle. But to find peace and serenity, and I know most of you that listen to me come from a background in a 12-step program, okay? And that the God of your understanding is an essential part of your spiritual journey. And whether you find yourself manifesting that in an organized religion or something else, again, that is a path that is chosen for you. And I'm not here to tell you yes, no, wrong, or indifferent, because everybody's path is different. I didn't make you, so I can't tell you what to do. But there are similarities, enough similarities in the spiritual journey that you need to be aware of. As you go along, because it's a wonderful thing once you start entering in recovery, because when that happens and you start having a spiritual awakening, okay, and you begin to find that as you are making different choices in life today, there's blessings and gifts that come with them, gifts that you've always had. It's just that prior to that, you've either just squandered them or were in no way, shape, or form able to comprehend them. But you're going to find that as you begin this journey, for me, mine has always been more spiritual in nature, but that's my path. Okay, it's not everyone's path. I just know that I'm a person of more. All right, once I discovered that there was a God, and then when I had this encounter, now, spiritual awakenings are encounters with the God of your understanding. They come in varying degrees. Now, I've had a number of very profound and powerful experiences, and I've had just some small little kicks in the butts, or whatever you want to call them. They're just, breadcrumbs. And whatever the measure is of your awakening and the guidance on your spiritual journey, you need to understand that there's one element to this spiritual journey. First, you must begin. There are two laws. One, you begin, and two, you don't stop. For whatever measure your path is, again, I'm not the one to determine that. I just know that I'm a person of more. Once I understood and I had a profound experience with the God of my understanding, okay, I desired to know my God more. And I'm going to tell you, it's the most intimate relationship I've ever had. and just despite my inability to, because I'm not the one to speak about relationships, I'm going to tell you that. Um, my track record tells you, you know, my picker is broke, and even well, I'll just leave it at that. My picker's broke. We can talk about the personal stuff one on one, but um, once you start your spiritual journey, and there are some things that begin to happen for you. That you start having harmony from within, and you start having harmony with the world around you. I mean, I see it every day, particularly in the recovery community. Things start happening, people get their lives back, families are restored, relationships are restored, and people change. That's the most profound effect of having a spiritual awakening, is that you change as a person. That you start living by spiritual principles that are based on love and compassion rather than hate and fear and anger. Those things seem to just drop off unless we're the ones that hang on to them. But I'm going to tell you, old tools don't open new doors. I'm just going to tell you that. But the one thing that I want to give a little bit of a warning to, and again, you don't have to believe what I say. I just know that as someone who has observed a lot, in the 34 years of my own recovery, you get this harmony going, and you start, jobs come, jobs go, but things are restored to you, that you recover things, and life starts looking really good, okay? But the trap is not to get focused on all the, how can I put this, blessings. We'll just call them blessings. We get jobs that pay better, our living circumstances get better, okay? But the trap here is to get caught up in focusing on the blessings. The blessings are just that. They're the result of the relationship or the harmony that you've started, okay? And the greatest disservice that you can do to yourself, to your family, and to the God of your understanding is to start taking ownership over your gifts or your blessings, because I'm going to tell you, the author and the creator of all that in the universe and the divine nature of things, that can come to a screeching halt really, really fucking quick, okay? That even the talents and the gifts that you have, they were placed within you for a purpose. See, that's one of the things that happens when you start having a spiritual awakening. You begin to have an understanding or a desire for purpose, okay? Now, there's nothing wrong with achievement in life. None of these things are bad. They're all a part of the progression. And they are a part of the divine plan and guidance from whatever your God of understanding is. But I'm telling you that if you can become trapped or so enthralled with self that you're right back You're right back in the midst of your disease of addiction. Because we know what a selfish disease that is. That despite the fact that the disease kills you, you eventually reach a point where you are unable to do anything about it. Do not crawl back into that cesspool. Okay. You were led out of that to achieve freedom. You know, and I'm grateful today. Today, my life has purpose. And that purpose, although I'm damn good at roasting coffee and all this other stuff, but Archimedes, but you know, my purpose is to be a beacon of light in some very dark places, you know, and to teach and to share what I've learned spiritually speaking, you know, but to grow in your spirituality, to continue on your journey, you must not ever stop. Continue to press on, continue to discover the God of your understanding. Because again, it's all about purpose. You know, you were given to be able to give. You know, the talents and the gifts and the blessings that you receive aren't meant year for years to hoard. They're meant to be just as you have been freely given, freely give. It's just a law in the universe, and you're never going to be able to outgive the God of your understanding, the universe, or the divine nature of things. But because we, you know, many of us believe that you know, that in this whole bullshit separateness, you know, I got my life, you got your life. In a very small, minuscule truth, that's true. But I'm telling you, as you become more awake and aware on a spiritual level, you will come to see and understand synchronicities. We are all connected in a way, in a shape, in a form, either through our energy or our spirits or our souls, however you want to call that. To be separate, that's of the ego and the self. We were meant to live as one, just as we were meant to live as one with the God of our understanding, to be in harmony with that energy. That there is an energy to life. There's a rhythm to life, and we were called to be in harmony of that. And when we get all disjointed from within, we are no longer in that rhythm, and life becomes a struggle, and there's no peace. You know, I've been given a lot of things by following my spiritual journey. You know, freedom from active addiction was just the first one. But when you begun to get a taste of freedom from your emotional and spiritual baggage of the past, that's not a taste that you'll ever forget. You'll want more. You know, because for me, peace, serenity, and freedom, those are the most important elements in my life today. It took me a damn long time to get here. But the biggest thing I had to do was to lose self, okay, and to be in agreement with the divine nature, to be in agreement with the heart of God, however you understand that, and desire to be more in harmony with that than whatever I wanted. And I'm telling you, the life that I have today, although I've made many sacrifices over the years to get what I have to have today, I wouldn't trade it for nothing. But I'm telling you, as you go along and you begin this journey, don't get caught up in the nonsense of life. Yeah, it's a great thing to have all these things, our families restored to us, the relationships, the jobs, the quality of life. I mean, these are great. They're wonderful things. But forget not the nature that allowed that to occur. Okay? Always be cognizant of the fact of the hand that guides your hand. Okay? There is a hand. There is a master craftsman guiding you. But the moment you stop being in harmony with that, well, you'll know what I'm talking about in a real big hurry. So just ask yourselves, what purpose am I? This is a good question. This is a ponderable. What purpose am I serving today? Am I serving myself? Or am I serving those that I was called to love and to accept unconditionally? And that's tough. That's a tough road. I trust me. I know. I won't name names, but there's 3 or 4 names that come off to the top of the Captn's list that, to be honest with you, Captn has a damn hard time being able to love and to accept them unconditionally. But yet that's what my purpose is. My purpose is to serve. Let us not ever forget that. That as you become aware and you understand a much wider view, and again, do not forget these 3 simple spiritual principles: honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. Remember who you were. I don't look to the past, but I never forget the addict Rick. The one who was so fucked up. So broken. I don't ever want that again. But as long as I continue in my spiritual journey, I won't ever have to worry about that. Because today I live my life today with purpose. Okay? And I live my day with a sense of excitement. Okay? Because I look for the God of my understanding to provide for me opportunities to be a part of the divine nature, to be a part of divine purpose. Just like with these videos, and I'm gonna go along and I'm gonna share what wisdom I've accumulated, and I'm gonna tell you, the most important lesson that I've learned in my spiritual journey is I don't know shit. Yeah, I've acquired some knowledge and some understanding on some things, but really in the grand scheme of things, because I've seen a much bigger picture. I'm telling you, I don't know shit. None of us do. We're all in the process of discovery. Discovering who we really are, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, and we're in the process of discovering the God of our understanding and the depth and the measure of that in our lives. So it's messy, okay? Because we're gonna make mistakes. Some mistakes, and you know who you are. I'm not gonna name any names. But we make them over and over and over again. Trust me, there are mountains that I've gone round and round and round and round and round, and I've asked the God of my understanding, how many times do we gotta do this shit? And see, my God has a sense of humor. And I've literally heard this voice come to me in that small, still voice, with a chuckle in his voice, because I know that the God of my understanding loves me and cares for me, and he just quietly said, as many times as it takes. See, now the God of my understanding, doesn't. I got a short leash. I don't get away with shit. Okay, and sometimes that used to cause it was be a source of irritation, because you'd see others get away with shit, and I get pulled up by the short hairs, and fuck, it just make me more angry and more irritated. But to be honest with you, I'm glad that I've been given a short leash. I try to learn things as quick as I can. Some things, just like everybody else. I've had that fucking mountain experience one too many fucking times with certain issues. But today I have freedom. That's what I want this message to be about, is freedom. Because why continue on something if you don't have any hope? See, that's another thing that I have today. Hope. I have hope for not only a very blessed and wonderful day, but I have hope for tomorrow, if that's what's granted to me. Well, I don't know if any of this is going to make any sense. I'm running about 20 minutes now, but look at 2 important laws of a spiritual journey. Begin and do not stop. Do not get caught in the trap of the blessings and the restoration that occurs in your lives. Your life is more than that. Those are just a direct result of being in harmony, once again, of the divine nature. And for God's sakes, don't start claiming that shit is your own. You're gonna find out in a big hurry how heavy the hand of the God of your understanding can be. All right, Argminis, be well, be blessed.